Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Champions League powered by Epic Esports events as well as Face It. I'm Lysander Zenora, going to be joined here by CloudX, and we're going to be casting Power Rangers versus Team Effect. And boy, are we in for a game after the last one.
Man, yeah, this has been a tournament full of upsets. This is why I love best of ones. It really puts teams to the test. And it looks like the invited teams are failing the test this time around. Let's see if Power Rangers can hold up their flag high. As Effect will be looking to claim a win over them. Not too much information about Effect, but Power Rangers, a name that's been around for a while now, like you call them, the Giant Slayers. Let's see how they do against the little guys now.
10 seconds
All right.
left. Decided?
We'll see. We'll see if the Oracle first ban here comes out to
Radiant team ban.
comes out to be a secret strategy, the start of a secret strategy. Usually, when you ban out Oracle, it means you want to get your hands on that Bat Rider. I think
All the Darkseer.
Yeah, or the Darkseer. It's very possible. Darkseer games are very fun to watch because of how we get the symphony of skills, to quote Dota Cinema. So I see a Warlock ban as well. A lot of respect for this hero. Again, we had this big discussion yesterday about this hero, how powerful it was in some teams and less effective in some others. And we'll see how. Hopefully we do get to see some Warlock play again. We did see one yesterday, I think, but not for this one.
We saw a Warlock losing though. That was at the hands of Imperial. They had Baby Knight on the OD, and that's where the debate whether or not Arcane Orb does bonus damage to Infernals was settled. The answer is yes, it does.
Alright,
So Wisp Tiny making it through.
We are going to see, I would say this is almost like a pocket strat as well, or more of a comfort pick. Some teams just really love their IO Tiny. It's a thing that they do. The old, Alliance again, bring up Alliance used to really be really strong on the Wisp. Old Fnatic as well with Era on Tiny. So Escape do have that combo for themselves. OG as well with No Tail, they always love it. So, I mean, it comes back to the old Fnatic guys. They love this tiny IO pick. In fact, they now pick that hero up with the IO, and we'll see how it plays out. Again, both teams showing their hand. Bat Rider as well as Tiny could be in the sense, the core of their strategies. Bat is the pick off, and Tiny IO is the Tiny IO, and these lineups, they have their hard counters, and I don't see a lot of them banned yet. Disruptor is one of those heroes that is good against these guys, so I don't know. Picking these up early could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, it's very region specific from what I can tell. IO has been a really hot pick in a ban for the European region, not so much for the North American, and even less for Southeast Asian Dota. But this is one of those few. I think it's the only game that we've seen in the D2CL so far where IO wasn't banned. I might be wrong about this, but for the most part, I remember seeing him as a first phase ban.
Okay. So I mean, I've seen it a couple of times, but every game, I'm not sure. Because
yeah,
a lot
that's
of
probably
times,
pushing it, but
yeah, OD, Drow Ranger do take the bans as well.
Omni Knight every now and then as well. Speaking of, he's in the pool. Maybe that could be a choice here for Power Rangers. But yeah, like you said, you want to have something like the Disruptor, glimpse back the Tiny or the Wisp, kill the remaining one, maybe even get yourself a slippery core like the Weaver. We were just talking about how the Weaver is not seeing as much love, but it's something that could work here versus the Wisp and Tiny.
Yeah. Well, there we go. The Ogre Magi. It's a hero. I mean, you pick it up with a hero that usually lacks the attack speed, don't want to tech towards those items to get them, and then you give them that buff that they need. Morphling now going to be banned, also really strong because you just shotgun the IO out of existence and then you just kite around the Tiny. I like that pick. Shadow Demon also really strong against the Tiny, so banning him out was the right choice. OD, same reason. Banish the Tiny, kill the IO, and then kill the Tiny. All very basic strategies here. A Juggernaut to prevent mass push, I guess. Healing Ward with IO Link could be a little bit hard to deal with. But right now, Ogre Magi, Bat Rider. What other range hero? No, what other
I'd like to see a Slark coming out here as Power Rangers core. The Silver Edge carrier versus the Tiny is actually a good way to approach the situation. In general, you just want to pick up a core that's slippery, that doesn't quite get caught out when the Wisp and the Tiny relocate onto your head. That ensures that Effect has to come in with someone else starting the fight. The Nyx would have been a good choice there. Sneak up onto someone, get the hit, get the impel, and then relocate onto supplement it. But in the absence of the Nyx, I think Power Rangers are going to be feeling fairly comfortable.
Yeah, I think picking up the Slark here is definitely great. They have the Bat Rider being picked up as well. Slark is good against him. I don't think Effect might be greedy enough to pick up a Slark, so picking up the Bat Rider, they are in a sense safe. They're saving themselves some grief if they pick up the Slark. It's good with Ogre, gives him that attack speed. Doesn't really need it, but Bloodlust is nice. Give him that move speed to chase down heroes. Might even see a PA come out, although PA not the best hero against Tiny, so maybe I'm looking towards a range hero, to be honest. Something like a Gyrocopter is good because of how the cooldown it will be effective when the Tiny IO tends to fight in close quarters, so you at least have those two heroes grouped up. You have that flat cannon to take out the IO in the fights. That attack speed is going to be nice, and a Bane pickup as well. Not so popular a pick, especially in the third slot here. Usually comboed maybe with Mirana or something.
Yeah, not well. I guess again, Bane is one of those that can set up by himself, right? So you go walking around with the Bane, put someone to sleep. You have all the time in the world to relocate him with a Wisp and Tiny. So lots of pick-off potential, lots of setup potential coming out from Effect, but it could be too soon to pick up that Bane. Rubik has been popular of late, and Rubik is great versus the Bane. So maybe we'll just see Power Rangers pick that up as their secondary support.
Yeah, I like Rubik. Always like Rubik, and the Disruptor, like I mentioned, not banned out, will be snatched up here right away. Power Rangers not gonna pass up the opportunity, and we get Weaver. Ooh, I like this hero here. It's a strange little hero. What do you build on him? And I say Aghanim Scepter. I'm still a big fan of that item on Weaver, especially when you got a hulking tank in your team. You have that Tiny that will undoubtedly be focused in the team fights, and that Aghanim Scepter will just be leaving your opponent so confused after they dump every single bloody spell on him. You just time-lapse him out to safety at 1,000 range, I think 1,002 range. It's huge. I love this item on Weaver. I might be talking it up and then not seeing it eventually.
You never know. There's still room for a mid Alchemist here, and Alchemist could hand over the Aghanim Scepter to Weaver, so we might see that happen.
No, we usually see the Weaver pick up the axe right away, and yeah, a mid Alchemist could work here. Power Rangers,
10 seconds
they
remaining.
don't look like they have really good pushing right now. They have not really picked up anything, and now that Slark can be banned out, I think that was what Power Rangers were looking for, but they didn't really want to lock themselves into it. Pick up this Magnus means it's probably a melee carry, and it probably is Sven, which I don't think is the best idea against Bane, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm thinking an anti-mage might not be a bad choice here. You don't want to go fighting into the Tiny Wisp, so you have the Blink to get away when they relocate on you. And the Magnus allows the anti-mage to get maybe even skip the Battle Fury and opt to go for the Vanguard into the Manta-style fighting build.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
They will ban out the
X-Ban means that it's very likely to be anti-mage. X is really good against AM.
Wondering what else they could go for, though. They have a good 30 seconds to take a decision.
PA.
As far as range carries go, a Razor wouldn't be half bad, but it puts them on a
it's
clock.
definitely going to be a melee because of Magnus. Almost,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true. It's too
PA?
tempting to not get a melee.
They might still go for Sven, trusting in the RPs.
You're using up your
Maybe
reserve
something
time.
more old school like the Chaos Knight. No,
There you go,
Phantom
there's the
Assassin it
PA.
is.
Yeah, big crits in a cleave, yes sir. I think, the thing about Anti-Mage is the damage he needs from the Battle Fury. I think he needs the damage to be effective in the fights. Vanguard's good, but he doesn't get that much damage on non-magic, non-mana reliant targets.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, again, the
My God,
Craggy
his
exterior
hair.
is just
Oh,
so good
okay.
versus him.
Yeah, I timed out again.
You timed out?
Yeah. I hope I don't drop out of. I hope my internet's not killing, or it's just the server's just getting weird. I had this huge spike and I just dropped out of the game. But we get to see this cool wallpaper. But
Yeah, this is the second time it's happened during the draft phase, so there's
Yeah.
something going on.
does seem like a bug of sorts. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt me too much. Alright, we're gonna hop into the game, and yeah, the Tide last pick, I like it. It's nice. I always like Tide when against a Magnus. Alright, we have 2 minutes. But I always like Tide against Magnus because of how, even if you get caught in a compromising situation, you have that Tide with the Ravage to just counter up any kind of RP initiation, because if maybe your team gets hit by an RP, your Tiny Wisp gets hit by an RP, you jump in with that Tide, you Ravage, you reset, and then you allow your teammates to get back into the action. I like it. But
Yeah,
there's a
I
Disruptor.
definitely agree with you.
So
I think this Tidehunter's got so much merit here because, again, he's one of those heroes that can just walk up to the front lines, take a couple of hits, and if he's taken a couple of hits, taken some of the spells away, that's the invitation for the Wisp and the Tiny to jump in as well. What I don't like, though, is that they don't really have too much follow-up in terms of AoE damage once the Ravage hits. They've got the Bane with the single target lockdown, they've got Tiny coming with an Avalanche. That's fine, but I don't know. I feel like it might not be enough when you're blowing such a long cooldown spell like the Ravage.
I think it's more of a threat of Ravage, and then you just break towers with Tiny kind of lineup.
Yeah,
what I want to see is Madden getting that Aghanim Scepter. We'll see if it does happen here. PR are going to be running that PA, so PA gonna have a rough time against the Tidehunter. I mean, if you're talking about the off-laners as well, of all the off-laners, the PA... It's gonna have a slightly difficult time against Tide because of how the Anchor Smash just nullifies any kind of dives that she wants to go in pre-crit.
Yeah, that's true. But that said, they will have the Disruptor coming in to help zone him out. So Thunderstrike, magic damage versus the Tidehunter. I believe Kraken Shell doesn't work versus magic damage. So that's a plus point they've got going for them on the Power Rangers side and the safe lane.
Yeah, and the 2 minutes...
So Batrider's actually going to have a really hard time this game. There's a Lincoln's Carrier on the Weaver. You've got...
I don't think he's running Lincoln's though, to be honest. Maybe he will, but we'll see. We'll see. Lincoln's Aghanims, it happens. I just want to see Aghanims. I'm just praying for Aghanims. Shut up, everybody! I know everyone likes to flame me for being a Axe enthusiast, but no, shut up. That's what makes the game cool. Hats and Aghanims upgrades.
It's CIS Dota. Anything's possible.
Oh, I like this effigy here. I'm a rock star. This is good. The Sloan Druid one in the Dire base. But alright, we're gonna run through the teams while we get the chance here. Captain Love. Oh, we're gonna scout out this Observer wall being plopped down. That's $100 there for whoever claims it. Do they have sentries though? They do not. So they will not deward for now. Effect are gonna have Captain Love or Capitan Love on Bane. Gonna have Madden on the Weaver. Actually, it's a Weaver safe lane. Yeah. Weaver safe lane. CR88 gonna be on the Wisp. We have Tiny, played by GG Well played Naya. Wow, what a name. And Tidehunter played by Orbit for 1. And I like this Weaver now that I forgot about it. It's a safe lane Weaver, so it's gonna do pretty well alone.
Safe lane Weaver is really hard to take down, and he's really good versus the Batrider as well. There's really no way that the Batrider can kill him.
Doesn't need help from his friends to be good. And PR, they have Bignum on the Ogre just blumbering around. His Observer Ward did get scouted, so immediately dewarded already. The Wisp getting that $100 for that early bottle. Ninja gonna be on the Magnus. We have Cheshire Cat on the Batrider. We have J4 on his Disruptor. And last but not least, we have Chappie, the stand-in here, gonna be on the PA. These guys have been together for quite a long time actually, Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's all about the grind, man. We've seen Ad Finim's grind paying off now. Yeah. And see if Power Rangers can make it happen as well.
Everyone wants to be the next Ad Finim, next Imperial. All good. Here we go. And we're gonna hop into the game, see what's happening here. Bignum gonna be the annoyance in that middle lane. He went for Stout Shield over Venom, so his harassing potential is not as good. He doesn't have boots, no Venom, so the chase is not gonna be as good for the Ogre.
Go Magnus mid. It's been a while before I've seen this, but he's going up against a solo Wisp at the moment.
He does like it. Oh yeah, solo Wisp for now. Is this some new strategy?
I think he's pulling to the middle lane. He's gonna toss a creep to the lane and... Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Wow.
These shenanigans all over again.
Constant nerfs to mid lane pulling. They find a way. People always find a way, and they're gonna double stack this wave. Tiny's gonna get that EXP. Wisp is going to enjoy this. Oh crap, we missed that. Tidehunter not good against PA. I said Kappa. Well, that's what happens when you go Anchor Smash level 1. So yeah, not my fault.
Okay, so PR, they kind of expected this. You've got Ogre just waiting in the vicinity and leeching the EXP, and now he's pulling the creep wave back. So he's not going to be able to pull that creep wave further towards the double stack camp. So it is some EXP being salvaged here for Afro Ninja. While Tiny, he's managed to walk himself back and get that extra bit of CS coming in for himself as well. It's cheeky. It's nothing more than a shenanigan at this point though, because they can't do it again without getting punished.
Yeah, just getting that early level 2 for the Wisp and the Tiny while maintaining equilibrium with the Magnus. So getting extra EXP, you know, they cheated out one level. You know, being in a dual lane, they are equal level with this Magnus. So I would say that's a win for them. They now have the Wisp balls as well as the tether. CR88, you know, run towards Bignum. They're gonna steal this, they're gonna stun it, but the Ogre picks up the rune first, so he's gonna be pretty happy about that one.
Yep, just flaunting his tankiness. Bottom again. Tidehunter's gonna drop. Chappie's gonna run down. That'll be the second kill for the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, this level 1 Anchor Smash is... I think I remember someone saying before, if you skill your Tidehunter off lane wrongly, it could be game losing. And... okay.
Meanwhile, top as well. 6 stacks of sticky napalm. Cheshire Cat's gonna find himself a freebie, and he's going for Madden as well. No, Shukuchi is available. He's even got 15 charges on the magic one, so there's no killing him.
I think he could have gone for Cheshire Cat, to be honest, but now the Salve comes out, Madden. It's not going to be able to get the kill on that anymore, but gotta get that farm continuing. Yeah, 6 magic stick charges. That's gotta be some crazy brave moves here from Kapitan. He messes up the pull. The double pull actually could have pulled the wave back, but that mistake is going to cost them as this wave does get more EXP.
He's actually got a triple stack going there. I think that was the intention, so he's going to be able to deny at least 3 waves of creeps with that, but at the same time, Batrider could just as easily go in and steal
I mean,
them.
a double wave is enough to kill the whole wave out already, so...
That's true.
That was a miss, definitely. He was trying to move close enough for the range creeps to actually hit. And this is a siege creep wave, so that's a nice wave to deny. And now the creeps are still here, so this wave will be denied without any contest, I think, yeah. So that's a whole wave of EXP lost there. Bignum might get there in time for some juicy EXP. He will actually. Gonna be pretty happy about that. But I think neutrals only give a quarter now if they kill, so better than nothing. And Tidehunter
mid lane. Magnus is doing really well in the face of both the Wisp and the Tiny. He's got himself 22 CS. In fact, he's on top of the net worth chart.
He's been farming the
top of the CS chart, rather.
Oh, stun toss. Gotta toss it back to that Bane. The sap comes in. Is there a sleep to start things off? They will actually find it on the mag. They want to look for Bignum here. Maybe to go for Ninja, but there's a skewer, so I don't think they'll be pushing that one any longer. Orbit already losing all that regeneration. This Tidehunter, oh boy. Wanted to go for Iron Talon and have a nice time in that offlane. I thought it would have been an easy offlane for him, but unfortunately, because of his early skill build, really costing him. Either way, very aggressive play coming out with Disruptor and PA.
Yeah, this is turning into quite the dream start for Chappie's PA. He's got 2 kills, he's got a tower to his name. One of those kills was first blood, I believe. Lots of money going towards him in the early phases, and he's probably going to be able to get active as well. This is probably going to be one of those phase boots Vanguard, Vlad's PAs coming out. I doubt he's going to go back for the Battle Fury, but I wouldn't fault him. Actually, you probably don't want the Battle Fury when you have the Empower to back you up anyway.
Yeah, Orbit now solving himself up. He has 2 points in the Kraken. Orbit is going to come in and claim the huge stack of range creeps. That's going to be fun. 4 range creeps is almost... I don't know, that's a lot of levels. J4 taking a tower damage, and now here comes the Wisp as well. The Glimpse is going to be here. They bounced the Wisp back, so they might have just saved it. But meanwhile, TP gets cancelled, I think? No, Bane cancels the TP himself. So Orbit going to get some assistance here from the Wisp, and it's going to be one-on-one, Tiny Wisp. Now separated in the lane.
Alright, so Bignum smokes one off, but he's not going to be able to get a kill here on Captain Love. Just going to leech the EXP from the side. He's even dropped down that Radiant Observer ward earlier on to spot out the jungle for any stacks and shenanigans being pulled off by this Wisp and Tiny. I think that's one of the flaws with Wisp and Tiny. If you can shut down the jungle, you really slow down the Tiny's growth progression while losing out on that extra solo EXP for him at the middle lane with the Wisp just standing around. We can already see Afro Ninja getting further and further ahead. He's almost at level 7 while Tiny's yet to cross 6.
Yeah, the sleep coming out onto the Batrider, but he has that cliff to fly up onto, so should be safe right now. Still going in for the push, and yeah, just toying with these supports right now. Going in for the kill, maybe. The Weaver could be finding a nice pick if he's not too careful. And now they're going to go hunting for that Tiny. It's going to be big if they find him. GG, well played, Lanaya. There's that skewer into RP, but they do not see him. They do get the stack that he's working on, but now here comes the counter attack. Madden is here. Afro Ninja's there. He might have to actually deploy that reverse polarity to save his own life. There is no Ravage on the Tide Hunter, so maybe I was just kidding. Victim just walked past the tier 2 tower. And yeah, not very aggressive from the heroes here. Apart from the Tiny, no real burst.
Yeah, talk about space creation though. That's all 5 heroes from Effect moving into the jungle to contest an already lost cause in the form of that stack, while PA just does her thing at bottom, uncontested. This is not looking good for Effect in the early game, at least.
PA going Vanguard, really wants to dive the towers and fight early. You can tell the bonus damage from the Empower and the Bloodlust could be, well, I say bonus damage, but you know, the bonus battle effectiveness that's coming out from the both buffs.
I'm still not sure if that is a Vanguard though. I mean, he could be just going for the Battle Fury after all.
I'll start shield and health, maybe. I mean,
who knows? We'll find out soon enough.
We'll see if it's Battle Fury. It does seem a bit excessive with the Empower already ready. So maybe go for the Vanguard and get early fights on the board, because you don't, I don't know if you want to drag it too late against the Tiny. But I still want to see if Weaver goes for the Aghanim's. But now that it's a core Weaver, maybe not. And I'm sad.
He's not revealed his hand just yet. Just finishing up the basics. The Ring of Aquila, the Blightstone. Cheshire Cat could be in trouble. They do have the Nightmare available, but they're choosing not to do it just yet. Just gonna throw out a Brain Sap. I don't think they're gonna be able to get this kill. Maybe they will. Madden's gonna go in
the
deep.
Lasso? There is Lasso though. Oh no. They sleep the Ogre. So this could be a time for him to kill, but he cancels the sleep there. He immediately ports out of there, but the PA coming in with the first hit crit. The Bane does get the sap off, and Madden now in a lot of trouble. Will he get another crit? Yes, he does. Chappie with the RNG strikes down the Weaver. That thing would have gotten it otherwise, but still a nice kill to get there. 1-for-1, the Bat Rider. Ninja now in trouble. There might be an RP for this one. Yes, there will be. Shockwave comes across. The PA comes in with the KS. Another first hit crit. Chappie. Foreshadowing of things to come. Oh, man.
Yep, RNGesus has blessed this man. 4-0-0 to start this game off. Four out of all 5 kills for his team have gone towards Chappie. And yeah, it is going to be the Vanguards. Killing him has gotten all the more difficult.
Yeah, I think Vanguard on PA is so good if you can get away with it, because of how tanky PA is normally already. Aquila and Phase Boots gives you enough damage to get through the early phases, and PA, early blur, already makes her so difficult to burst, and with that Vanguard you just can't kill her with spells or right clicks. They sleep Bignum. I think they got it. I think.
Yeah. But again, 4 heroes committed to get a kill on the Ogre while they farm up in the jungle with their Tiny. It's something. It is some sort of recovery coming out from Effect.
Chappie feeling bold. Slapping away that tier 1. The bottom tier 1 already down. Disruptor taking some time to get the levels up. He has that glimpse at level 3 now. Wants to top it up at level 7. And now they're looking for Chappie, but Chappie is already long out of there. GG well played, Lanaya. We'll see if he goes for that Blink Dagger. But it does look like it's drums.
Yep, it's always worrisome when the Disruptor picks up an oldie 6, because that is, the Static Storm is effectively 1000 AoE magic damage coming out. It's one of the strongest magic damage spells in the games for a support. And PR, they know this. They're gonna pop a smoke as soon as he's hit that mark, and they're now looking for a kill. RP's back online as well, so it is now or never, and they're gonna walk with 2.
That's a Ravage though. They start things off, but nope, they're just gonna sack the Bane, and now they're gonna send the Tide Hunter back into this fight. It might be bad diving in. There's a whole team coming in, but Orbit is low. Does he start with the Ravage? No, he does not. Chappie just slices him across the face. Crit's not required. Cheshire Cat is invisible, so this could be a chance to get a pick on that Madden Weaver as well. But Shikuji's away. He might have known that this is coming his way, so he runs away. But he's going to farm, and Cheshire Cat still has a bit of that invis. I think Chappie's got him. Yep, he got him with the lasso, and now here comes the crits. Give me them crits. Oh, doesn't need it. Bat Rider burns him down.
Did he not have the time lapse? I didn't quite catch that.
I think he just really jammed the Shikuchi button.
Yeah, I think that's what happened there. But it does show that he's out of mana, so maybe he ran out when he used the Shikuchi. Anyway, Tiny choosing to go for the drums has them finished up, but still not enough firepower coming out from him. He's just got 2 points in the Avalanche, so even the burst damage combo isn't available. Not like it's enough to kill the Phantom Assassin with a Vanguard anymore.
Yep, things looking pretty rough here for Effect. Power Rangers keeping that cool lead 8-2 right now. Want to make use of this Ravage effect. They had the right idea, you know, having that Ravage to threaten that teamfight combo, but I don't know. Now the PA is going to be porting away, so there'll be no gank for them. The Observer Ward doesn't scout her, so They were just paying it.
Missed
They might
it
go
by
for the tier
that
1
much.
instead.
And that could have been a decent movement coming out. They'd have had to blow the Ravage, maybe even blow the Fiend's Grip, but they should have gotten the kill on the Phantom Assassin there. Anyway, they're gonna end up losing their tier 1 at top, and it seems that the mid tier 1 can be contested by Power Rangers
You want to go for
if they
Cheshire.
dive this Batrider.
He has Blink Dagger. This is not going to be an easy one. They commit.
Chappie and Disruptor under cover of smoke though. They are moving towards mid.
Yeah. I think they got him with the blink. Oh, but it's nighttime, it hits, and now they lost vision of him. They need that glimpse. Does he walk into observer vision? There's no observers on the bottom lane, so they'll have that wisp taking farm, taking that rune there. CR88, they're gonna have that illusion now. Gonna disguise himself among them. And oh, the smoke's gonna break. They think it's the wisp. No, it's just gonna be a Titan. They see this one coming. Orbit could just be corralling them into a big trap. Now Orbit pop the drum. There is gonna be the Ravage. There is perfect on 2. The PA jumps in. Where's that Ravage? Still holding that Chappie. It's getting dripped now. Now it's gonna be trouble for him. Then the Ravage follow up. There is, and the lasso gonna get countered up. The toss stun, and they do get it. Lanaya does find that PA kill. I know it's confusing, but GG well played Lanaya. Now on the run here from Avalanche. There's that RP. Does get the Avalanche off. So now the toss comes up. There's gonna be enough damage. Orbit taking a lot of damage here. Shockwave comes across, cuts the watermelon in half, and the Batrider now blinking away will survive there on a hair, but they do get the PA, which is nice. Mega kill for that Tiny. Unstoppable,
Yeah.
actually, for that Tiny.
I
Along
was-
with the Disruptor.
I was actually looking at that Magnus and I'm like, okay, he's gonna blink it now and get a huge RP on top of the Static Storm, but then I realized he's opted to go for the Echo Saber. No
Yeah,
blink
it's very
dagger for
popular
him.
now. For
Alright
some
then.
reason, it's like a semi-carry Magnus. It solves your mana problems-ish. You know, you get to go threads. You have solo kill potential. I think that's what Echo Saber is better for. You get good solo kill potential. It's debatable as to whether it's better because he has only gone for 1 point in skewer, if you noticed. So it's a very different build. I believe some pros have been doing it as well. I think Dandy has been doing it. I'm not sure. Dandy plays a lot of mid Magnus.
Alright.
But Madden now in trouble. There, Dust. They have the Dust there for him. He immediately lapses out, but there is a lot of people here for him, and he's down. And he does have Sakuchi, but does he escape this? I don't believe so. Yep, he's gonna be surrounded and taken out. So 4 heroes commit to ganking this Weaver. 12-4. Oh, Effect, what's up here? CR88, what
Why
the hell is
is
he
he
doing
here?
here? Trying to find a kill on the Disruptor, but it's not going to be successful. Going to be another victim to that Phantom Assassin.
He relocated in. I think he was trying to bail the Weaver out, but he arrived a little too late to the party.
That Tide Hunter, they're going to look for him, but no blink here so far. Batrider going forward, looking for Orbit. Not going to find him. Capitan Love sticking around right now on that upper high ground of the Radiant Ancients. And now the Blink Dagger is up for FNH, so he helps him farm faster, I think, the Echo Saber. With him power, it clears out creep waves fast. And it's the greedy play.
Yeah, he's managed to get in good time. 14-minute blink dagger, actually getting it at the same time as the Tiny as well. And also staying 1 item ahead of him all the way.
Yeah.
Wonder if they can make something with this blink on Tiny though. They do have the maxed out Avalanche and Toss combo right now, so perhaps it's enough to bring down the Phantom Assassin. Maybe with the Brain Sap on top of it. Yeah, Chappie's almost got his Desolator, and that's just gonna rip a hole straight through that Tiny, who's got an absurdly low amount of armor to begin with.
Yeah, and only 1 point of craggy exterior to show for, and well, with that RP and the Empower, this could be nasty stuff coming in. The Observer Ward coverage right now pretty good for the Radiant, but also for the Dire. They see this coming, and Cheshire Cat already gonna be pinged out here by the Bane. They know that something's up, and they retreat from their jungle. The smart play here, even the Titans are not feeling safe.
One good way for the Phantom Assassin to stay away from that craggy exterior is just to beat out the daggers from range. And they're buffed up with the Empower. Sure, she isn't gonna get the cleave on top of it, but the bonus damage still does get applied, so... Tiny. He's gonna have to make sure he gets up close and personal, and with that blink dagger, I guess he can.
Yeah,
It's Wisp and Tiny duo time. They're gonna shake hands and move together through the bottom lane, waiting for the Tide to start the fight at mid. Top lane, looks like they've gone in on the Phantom Assassin. She's been brought down, and they will be able to get the relocate kill off on her after
the
Ninja.
kill here. I think the sleep or the grip is there. The Skewer, Shockwave. Now they sleep him up. This is problems. I think the Magnus really had no reason being that. He has the RP though. He gets the instant RP off. Instead of grip. Nope, the grip already committed for that PA kill. So Afro Ninja will actually get out of this scot-free, but not really scot-free. He does have to pop the ulti.
Yeah, that actually works out really well for Effect. A good 1400 gold or so changes hands in that skirmish, and they bait out the RP. They don't give up their tier 2 at mid. They will get a tier 1 at top. And, well, it looks like they're gonna have to sacrifice Wisp for it.
Maybe TP? Oh, he doesn't have TP.
Did he... Why is he always in these odd positions? Did he relocate out from the bottom lane? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he relocated out from the bottom lane. And now the PA going for the Bane Elemental. Crits coming in, of course there is.
Crit's an active ability on this man.
Avalanche there. There is no toss though. Oh, F an inch. Nope, not gonna get it. Magnus kicks him twice from behind and he goes down. So staying a little bit too long there on that tier 1 tower, losing 2 more heroes, 17-5. Now Pierre might have lost the PA a few times, but this is looking disastrous so far for them. This Titans are trying to zone out this PA, but the PA just too much for him right now. Madden trying to get something done here with this Perseverance. Yeah, it's gonna be a Linken's on the Weaver, so this game is good, but it's not damage that they're looking for.
Yep, 18 and 5. Every time Effect does so show some signs of life, PR just comes back and squashes it. And it's almost as if they ignored everything that happened top and started battling down mid again, resuming where they left off.
PA is just good at critting. Skilled hero.
Dire's middle tower just went down.
Alright, Batrider picking up some luxury items as well. 18-minute 4 staff coming out for him. Roshan's being pinged out quite frantically. EF can fight though.
Looking to pull, they get the 4 staff, they drag it so far with the haste rune. And now the Tiny are gonna get relocated out, so that's a bailout there. They will lose the Wisp for this maybe. Nope, they're looking to reinitiate. They're pushing forward there. CR88 stepping in the fire, maybe not that plan, not the best idea. They look for Capitan, but they already have the PA in the grip, so the grip is down, the sleep is down. Cheshire Cat will have that. Well, the PA is going to be controlled for now. The Ravage holding on to it. Orbit throws it out finally. Gets the Batrider tail end, but where's the damage? The Tiny not there. The Weaver still trying to get something done. They get no damage done. F an inch very low there. Madden getting the 2 hits across, and oh, nice combo there from the Tiny. Catches 3, and that's a triple for him. Suddenly PR after that early fight, losing 3 heroes, losing 4 heroes, about to be 5 here. Cheshire Cat gets tagged by the Bugs. The only way out is probably Ancients. The Tiny does have a blink forward now. 2 more hits come in and an ultra kill for GG well played Lanaya. And that's his Echo Saber in the bag. 1,000 more bucks in the way. And ooh, throws incoming. 5,000 gold gone.
That was really well done. Tiny clearly the MVP of that skirmish. He spotted out that Magnus on the side, waiting to jump in with the RP. Instead, he gets jumped upon by the Tiny. That forced him to skewer down further south from the secret shop area.
I think some credit should go to Tide. You know, he did stay in there and drop so many anchor smashes. They were just surrounding him, taking the hits. And the guy having 4 points in Kraken Shell, just refusing to die there. And Watermelon put a lot of damage in, holding the Ravage till the right point. And they're not like those... No, very disciplined Ravage is all I can say. And really allowed for them to just wear PR down over time. And the Bane single-handedly locked down PA and Bat in the early stages of the fight, allowing the support crew to get picked off by Effect. And suddenly the game is a little bit more balanced.
That was a 6,000 net worth and EXP change.
Yep.
That's actually a huge deal, and the fact that most of that money went over to the Tiny means that he's come back a little stronger. Full Echo Saber plus 2,000 gold in the bank. Signs of trouble here for Power Rangers, but calm and collected decisions being made. They'll move into the pit. Don't think they can be contested though.
Yeah. No way. Ravage on cooldown. Doesn't look likely. The RP is almost ready here. They are looking for that Weaver. He immediately time lapses out. But is he going to be able to bail out in time? He gets that skewer. Nice skewer. Pushing that Weaver back in, and they will find him with the dust. So a nice pick off here. Cheshire Cat with the good scouting. But they do take a lot of damage on this tier 2 tower. So can they actually hold the line
RP,
here?
Lasso, both back online. No Weaver available for this fight. Looks like...
no, they're pushing. They're not going to get baited bait in. No, they're going for the tower. Looks like if you don't respect this, they're going to punish you. J4 is there. CR88, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. He stays back. And they successfully bait the PA back in. I think that was their only plan to hold this tower. This tower's so low. The deny actually coming out, not finishing the job properly. The Shadow Blade on the Magnus. Oh no, Bane Elemental not expecting that. Just getting hit there in the face. Just so dazed. Didn't even think of a counterplay there. Immediately getting brought back. apply that skewer after. Hit twice in the face, skew it back. Yeah. Perfect combo there for F1 easy pick off.
I think he was also buying wards while that was happening, so a momentary lapse of concentration sees him get punished without any sort of response. Chappie continues to rack up the money, but so does the Tiny. He's got himself a Hyperstone finished up now, so Assault Cuirass looks to be his item of choice. No Aghanim Scepter. That is confusing.
Who's going to buy what?
He's going for the Assault. No Aghanim Scepter coming out on
Assault
time.
Cuirass. Yeah, you mentioned it's low armor, so to output the Deso, I guess it's not that bad an idea. Gives him some more extra damage. He's not going for buildings right just yet, but I'm sure he can go back to it. The Lincoln's almost done for Madden. Madden's just really poor this game.
Madden's had a really hard time, but Lincoln's is going to hold a lot of value in the face of both the Disruptor and the Batrider. Not so much in the face of the Phantom Assassin, of course, but PR forcing the issue, pressing their advantage, going up towards the top tier 2 tower, and with that, Effect will lose all of their outer towers. And they've also got an Aegis to deal with on this Phantom Assassin.
They don't have the best high ground defense as well, Lanaya. Running in for that tier 1, waiting up that cliff, and go back and pound that tower down. I think they really want to try and pull them back, try and make a trade here. If you're behind, getting a trade is always good. But Chappie says no to distraction now. Get that BKB, got that there, so it means I want to close out this game right now. So this next fight's gonna be really rough for Effect to take, and really takes a bit of mess up here. GG well played Lanaya. He is jumping in there. The RP is almost ready, but the Magnus is a little bit far back. Chappie taking quite a huge chunk of health loss after that Tiny combo. Really nice there from the Tiny, just chasing them back, and don't really want to drop the Aegis just like that.
Yeah, the problem is they've got an Urn available on J4. He's out of charges though, so maybe they can't. They have the Aegis, so I guess they could still commit to this.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's
Yeah, but if you
bottom
jump into the
tower.
wrong time, there's always that tide reset. You know, you have to worry about that. The Lincoln's now going to be applied there on the Tiny. The tide reset is there. There's the Bane shutdown on that PA. BKB or not, there's still that shutdown. And I like this Observer Ward. I love this tree breaking here. Lanaya does have that Tiny Toss combo. Oh, they're gonna go for the Tide Hunter. I don't think that's the one you want to pull. And Cheshire Cat rethinks his life choices, immediately ports out of there, jumps out of there. The tree destroying here, really good scouting for that bat, because you always have the bat just gonna linger around that area, and they zone PR out of there. Defense of the Ancients indeed.
There's 1 minute to go till the Aegis is reclaimed. Effect is doing everything they can to slow this down, and Power Rangers, they have to commit. It's really now or never for them.
But the creep wave gets erased, and they have got another 30 seconds bot with that creep wave completely destroyed. And that's the main problem with having a main siege engine. You know, you can't actually push effectively.
Yeah, it makes sense. Unless it's something like a Juggernaut, then you can just spin and hit the tower and back away. Well, Chappie, I'm wondering what he goes for next. Assault seems like the way to go. More armor reduction, some attack speed, maybe even finish up the Abyssal Blade.
Even a Manta is not too bad. Okay, Manta's not too effective. Maybe you can get rid of Anchor Smash. You can't get rid of Enfeeble, which has not been skilled at all, so.
Yeah, that's another thing we didn't quite talk about. Enfeeble
Blade,
and
yeah,
Anchor
what am I
Smash.
talking about? It's gotta be Abyssal. It's got a Vanguard.
Magnus, meanwhile, BKB almost done for him. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get those. We haven't seen one of those massive RPs just yet. You know, one of the reasons I feel Magnus has really fallen off is because a hero like the Slaughter does almost exactly what he does with his ultimate, but with a spell that's a lot more spammable. Yeah, there's the other benefits with the Empower and all of that, but I feel at the core of it, it's a hero that has an AoE stun to reset the fight, but the cooldown isn't justified.
Yeah, well, there's always the setup for combos. The Smoke Gang for Effect, they're gonna airball as the Ogre walks out of range in time. He does have the Hood of Defiance as well, so it's not the easy one to get. Cheshire Cat deploys the Firefly once again, gonna be searching out for targets. Oh, this Tiny is out of position, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy a pick here. They're going for the Wisp, and now they have to really blow him up in time. There's the Ravage to start! Nice BKB disjoint here from Chappie. He will keep himself alive, but Orbit will keep himself alive. The Glimpse will be there. Nope.
What? What?
Okay, that's gotta be one of those kind of fringe moments because okay, TP scrolls have this thing about them. There's this fraction of a second during that TP where it's like a manta dodge kind of thing where you're in the face of invulnerability. So if you port at the exact time where the glimpse is supposed to pull you back, you stay out of that glimpse. It's kind of like that. It's what people call iframe, invulnerability frame or something. You have that in Sand King's Barrow Strike as well. If you barrow at the right time, you dodge glimpse. Same for Manta.
Oh
And,
god, that was
that was luck. That was just plain luck.
pure
But,
luck. There's no skill involved there.
There was just luck. But it happens from time to time, and that's what makes you scratch your head. They're like, wait, does he have a BKB? Does he have what? Because even Eul's doesn't take you out of it.
That was a real treat to watch, though. I mean, Tidehunter probably left his keyboard and started making plans about what he's gonna get for dinner and all of that while he's dead.
I was like looking at was at the fountain, looking at his hands, like, what just happened? I should be dead, but no, stays alive. And well, that's why Dota is such a great game. You know, it has so many surprises even after years of playing. You know, I recently read about that in a Reddit thread. Not so recent, but you know, like a month ago. So you learn something every day. Iframes and TPs. It's crazy.
After Ninja looking for a pickoff, but he could be the one that gets hunted here. Do they have detection?
Right,
yeah, they have
one
sentry.
sentry now. Feeling aggressive, but I really like what Effect has been doing. They've been making this game interesting here for PR. Although the goal difference is 10,000 ahead. Oh, now after Ninja in trouble, there is no sentry. What? The UP is there. The BKB is there. And solo fighting this is a little bit bold, but the BKB will save his life. And there's the dagger gets a first hit bash here. Capitan probably going to be the sacrificial lamb. Very unfortunate as TP just arriving there on courier. And yeah, snail mail, bad mail.
Yeah, Wisp is just gonna be left for dead here, not even trying to TP out while he was coming in.
Yeah.
I think it's too much to ask for a second time around.
To keep the main carry alive. And there is still no Aegis on the PA. The Wisp should be coming back. The waves are very far pushed out if you haven't noticed still. Those kills are pretty much of zero consequence. And, so long you keep the Tiny alive, there's really not much they can do to keep this in check. And Cheshire Cat trying to look for a pick here. They find Madden. Madden walks right into him. There's the Lincoln Sphere. So there's no catch here. No catch possibility for this Bat Rider. He does have the gem.
This PA is on steroids in these team fights. She's got max Empower, max Bloodlust on her. She really doesn't need any more attack items or damage items. She could probably just go survivability with, I don't know, I'm thinking the Assault Cuirass is still the best choice for her. Even a Lincoln's wouldn't be too bad, I'm thinking. It's a decent way to deal with the Bane and his nonsense, his
But you
Fiend's
waste
Grip.
a slot. And you don't want your main carry, your only real carry actually, wasting a slot like that.
That's true. I mean, in any other circumstance, you might be able to afford it because you've got Bloodlust and you've got Empower behind you, but if this game goes late, Tiny will just demolish her, so you probably want to keep those options open.
Oh, I'm
Just going for the life
man.
steal.
2,000, 3,000 gold for Madden. Is it Aghanim's time? It's probably Deso, but he's saving for buyback likely. I'm gonna be disappointed here, but I'm still holding back on that Ags. It's gonna be huge. Come on.
Alright, looking for the Tiny. He's got his own assault, and yeah, Ag should be the choice for him as well. Chappie, he's walked straight into the Tiny here. Does he really want to commit by himself?
No, Tiny can fight him. But
That was instant relocate.
Down to the bottom. That's interesting. That means Wisp is dead. But wait, where is he coming back?
He's coming around here. I don't think they know about this though. They have no clue. He's out.
Nice. Another one of those hallelujah moments. J4 though, they could look for him. Oh wow, he's actually... Okay, no, he had haste rune. Right, so Madden might have thought about it without the haste. Radiant used to scan, thinking about maybe a Roshan attempt, but I don't think it's gonna be the case.
This should be a fairly easy rush for Power Rangers, but they do have the blink on the Tiny, so yeah, I think that could be a tight turner, no pun intended.
Yes, oh, they pulled the tide. Okay, this could be the kill they're waiting for, but this Tidehunter might force out a... Okay, never mind, he's dead. Another first two crits from Chappie.
Yeah, Chappie's got some hacks going on.
Yeah, it's gonna have that gonna have that Roshan wide and available for them. They have the buyback on Tide, but I don't think a contest is in order. They're gonna just wait it out again, you know, have that Tiny blow up the creep wave, have made it Madden cut the creep wave in the middle lane. Nope, not gonna cut for the creep wave, just gonna go farm the neutrals.
Radiant took down Roshan. I trust there was a good
Alright,
reason.
Aegis on Phantom Assassin. That should be go time for Power Rangers. A good 12,000 net worth lead, a good 14,000 EXP lead. 31 minutes in, good kill score lead as well. Nothing stopping them at this point from just breaking buildings.
Oh, Bat
apart
Rider
from maybe
looking for
Tiny.
targets. Yeah, this tower melting fast, Madden. So thinking about it, it is a death, so I'm disappointed. I expected nothing and still disappointed. What is with these guys? Daggers and RNG, man. Look at that. Oh, they popped that BKB on the Tiny now. He's going fierce. The RP is there. It locks them all down. And now the Tiny's in big trouble. The Abyssal Blade follows up that BKB piercing stun. Another crit to finish him off. The grip's not going to be enough. And they get cleaned up. There is no buyback on all three heroes fallen right now. The Ravage is going to do very little. Bignum getting first hit bashed by that PA and a follow-up crit. Chappie says, get out of here. And that's 4 heroes down. Tide's gonna be the 5th, and all of them have no buybacks. GG call comes out, Defect are out, and they're done. PR gonna slay these guys as though they were big teams. And well,
Yeah, that was anticlimactic. The House of Cards just came tumbling down when that RP hit on the Tiny on his BKB. PA just went nuts, cleaving straight through him.
yeah, I mean, at this point the PA is just a little too huge. Yeah, they had some cool clutch plays, Tidehunter dodging glimpse with TP scrolls, you know, pretty cool. But overall, huge PA with good RNG on his side is no.
Right, with that, Power Rangers looks like they even the scores between the invited teams and the qualified teams. It'll be 3 apiece. And what do we have next?
And right, next we will have, let me just look at that.
Squirrel Cod +4 versus Chew Toy.
Alright, so two, what you call them, rando team names. That's what I'm gonna call them. Weird rando team names with weird pictures. I don't know what that picture is. And Chew Toy is Chew Toy. I think we casted Chew Toy last season as well. And then after that we'll have Empire. They'll be stepping up to the main stage. So for that we are going to close up this game. I think Effect just pretty much got outplayed here in this game. They had some cool moments, but Chappie, you know, just slayed Alpha Ninja as well. Had a great time. Power Rangers, no surprises there. No upsets this time. And yeah, that was game number 2, guys. You're watching the Dota 2 Champions League powered by Epic Esports events, as well as Face It. Shout out to those guys. I'm Lysander, this is the Real Cloud X. I'll be right back for game number 3. Stay with us.